I walked down the dirt path outside of my hometown and so happened I spotted something not right. It was a man. A woman. I don't know what it was, all I know is that it wasn't normal and made me uncomfortable or uneasy as it stared at me from the tree line. I turned around to see if anyone was around, and when I looked back it was slowly going away into the cover of the trees. As I then felt my heart drop, I turned around and started running like my life depended on it. I felt the sudden urge to flee, whether it was fight or flight I'm not sure, but I got out of there as fast as I could, running full speed towards the town's police station. As I rammed the door open I was panting heavily as I then walked quickly to the front desk, panting and nervous, scared as hell. I stuttered, trying to tell this panicking woman who was helping me stand up that the woods has something dangerous in them. I then got to the desk as the guy running the front desk asked in a worried tone, "Are you okay, sir?" I looked at him and said, "No. There was someone I know something in the woods that wasn't human but was human. I don't exactly know what it was, all I know is that it's not safe." The man stood for a moment, then started laughing, and so did the other police officers behind him, and the lady that helped me stand up even started to laugh a little. Then it got quiet. The man running the front desk said, "Listen kid, this isn't some game or joke to play. Running in here pretending to be in danger and all. This is a police station for serious things only. Do I make myself clear?" I looked at him in disbelief and I clenched my fist, saying, "I'm not joking. I swear I saw something that makes the forest danger." He cut me off and said again, "Do I make myself clear?" I sighed and nodded, realizing that like every movie with teens or kids, saying something is dangerous or wrong and then being ignored completely is exactly how this whole situation went. And being the person I am not going to the woods again. As a few weeks went by I didn't hear anything about the woods and thought maybe it was my mind playing tricks on me, and honestly it might have been. I kept seeing this thing in my dreams, well, nightmares at this point, and sometimes in the forest line that I could see from my parents' home from my window that outlooked the town. At the time it was 2012, and being that phones were big, this town really didn't move with technology because a lot of people still used the house phones in the wall and had TVs with the antennas on top. It made it very eerie and sometimes strange because the old people would stare at you as if you were an unknown creature and would shoot eyes of disgust or offense because of how you looked or just for simply walking down the sidewalk. One of these days I was walking down the sidewalk minding my own business when out of nowhere a screaming match between an elderly man and a youngish woman broke out, and all I got from it was the old man wanted the lady to wear a longer dress because she was dressing like a whore according to him. And honestly it was very strange because the more I listened the more and more it sounded like a different language or something. It weirded me out. And then the next day it happened again, the exact same spot, time and people. I ran home that day wondering to myself if that was a coincidence or not, but before I could at all think deeper on it a loud ring was coming from the kitchen as I ran to the phone before my parents could answer. I picked it up and it's from my mom's friend saying to look at the news. I hung up and ran into the living room, turning the news on as it started to talk about how the local authorities found a horrific murder in the woods with one of the local hunters who was strung up by his guts and stabbed into the branches of the trees with his head ripped off and eyes gouged out. I was frozen with fear and about to throw up. I wanted to cry and die and so many other things because now more than ever I knew for a fact it wasn't just me, it was real. And I went to my room to hide, but as soon as I entered the room I looked out the window to the tree line as I saw it smiling wide with its thousands of teeth showing with clear blood on its face as its lanky body contorting slowly away into the trees. I looked in horror, trying